Yeah, he said it was in the gas station. I don't know if he's physically got eyes on it or it's not turning there.
What? Or does gangs want the car or not?
So what we have, it's fled from them. There's a tracker on the car, and we're trying to confirm if it's the St. Paul squad sideswiped it. We don't know if it was intentional or not yet. They're trying to get air, and we're just trying to get squads in the air to get sticks on this thing.
Joel, we got no.
Get that clear. There's no chasing this car. We're just trying to get sticks.
Who's the patrol sergeant, and do they understand that?
It's all clear. Get that clear. There's no chasing this car. We're just trying to get sticks. Highway 93 or 36th Street.
Yeah. Well, backseaters, we are live. We'll introduce ourselves in a little bit, but we're in the process of helping track down a vehicle that just ran the St. Paul squad, and we're waiting to get more details, but it fled into the county, and we are headed to the area where it was last seen.
Number 651.
What channel do you have them on? Are they on 2?
It's on,
Are we on
contact 1.
Yeah.
Alright.
Mr. Six, we're in oncoming traffic.
I think you said 3 sticks. I don't think I have it. Is that muted?
Joel's still there.
Hey, Harley on Mark.
Sheet. On the nicest day, he'll tell you to get inside. Goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and rats with a voice like glue, and the crime rate drops.
Be on it.
Alright, we're live again.
Alright.
Unmuted.
It's coming to the east. Which
Turn that down.
Gotta get ahead of the sticks. What's the problem?
Well, you kind of came on when we were right in the middle of something there, folks.
Yeah, so we're still waiting. It's a car that ran the St. Paul car. It's now fleeing, and we're headed towards the area. So we're just trying to head to the area.
Somebody looking at a road and 35.
Alright, so we're gonna set up here on a perimeter.
Continue southbound through east. Gonna head to the tracker is a 5-second delay.
Drive.
Robert Victor Zebra.
Okay.
That was on the train. Little cannon.
So we'll head over that way. If they stick it, then if he flees the car, we'll be in the area.
Continuing southbound Edgerton through 35E there.
Stuff.
Probably up to Lamore by now.
Nope. He must be going north.
I think he went through.
Oh, he
694.
crossed 69.
Northbound.
Right.
Right lane. Approaching Henderson Station Road. County squads for 2400. Cars except 2260.
That's
Looks like he's through Lamore, coming up Little Cannon Road.
Okay,
That's
just-
through.
coming up here.
0 Little Cannon Road. 12-6.
Did he get sticks?
No, I don't think he's come through here yet.
Repeat that.
He's,
Does he?
Yeah, he just called out. But I
Did
didn't
you say
He's
good
through
stuff?
Little Canada, continuing southbound Edgerton.
hear whether.
Alright, Ramsey County, Hallmark squad are getting close. Hallmark squad, don't be spotted. Let's let it calm down so we can get in position to get this thing stopped.
It's way up there.
Yeah.
We'll have to take that Edgerton and Orbiter.
So you're going to
Eastern 36, continuing southbound Edgerton at east.
He must be way up there. You can light up this guy, get around. You got light coming? What do you say?
Yeah.
Probably up to Roseland now. Southbound Edgerton.
It was on its way up from Belplain. When this all kicked off.
Yes.
You got to be crossing the hill.
Eastbound Roseland from Edgerton.
What's over here?
No. I think Roseland's coming up.
Johnson, Burrill Drive.
Coming up, Jade. Sullivan Arcade.
Sullivan. 2260, cancel all county squads. Except for 15.
Looks like he's approaching Arbiter.
Get behind a school bus.
Yeah, he's south on Arcade.
Would you like to update?
Yeah,
Yeah.
being that we have other
Eastbound
ways,
Frost Avenue.
Yep.
Eastbound Frost.
I don't want to be too reckless
Yeah.
here.
Helicopters are excellent and let us know where he is.
Exactly. Well, plus we have squads that have an eye on him.
I'm tomato, here, checking out Western.
Copy, showing north 1108, Western 15.
Like 758, to the location is trying to clear on the east side.
Not the or they're heading toward any of our commanders. He's at Lake Vietnam. He's gonna stay on the east side of the lake, east shore, doing south zone.
Where'd you go? That way? Yeah.
He was at the Emerald Inn next to us.
I kept
Good
that
evening.
tunnel.
Good Monday morning.
They did come from
There's a moon.
600 Cook, east Edgerton Cook, so I don't know. They'll try to get back there.
336 over there, 600 Cliff. Other address 1589 away,
Looks like he's gonna go eastbound Idaho. You sure?
He's going eastbound Idaho. We should probably go up to English. Cut down.
Alright.
Southbound Idaho.
So keep going straight for now.
Yeah.
We're gonna curse us.
Over. Acura TL Romeo Victor Zulu 1410.
So we're trying to catch up to this car.
Same thing.
We got tank.
Hey Steve, so I got into an accident on Edgerton and Maryland.
Eastbound
We're all
Lake
good.
Lake
Basically, I
Lake.
changed information. We're just, you want me to start St. Paul to come and wreck this accident so I can get back to work?
Call Suki and ask him who we want to use. Alright.
That's on a different channel. Just so you know.
Looks like he's stopped at the chamber. If I can address 1584. He has stopped 1584 chamber, maybe in the alley.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah, it's up here. Boys know where they're going. It's killing Thomas.
Tony, I just crossed in front of you. It should be about 30 seconds.
I got one. Looks like the driver's running a southbound. Yeah, department.
Okay, where's the fucking...
Get further south, please.
Should I take a right?
Yeah.
Get perimeter, Idaho, points, English.
Asian male wearing all red.
So yeah, I was thinking I know. Driver's last one southbound. English middle. So you guys need to drop there?
You going through?
What line is it? Whoever you got.
You going through?
There you go.
I don't know.
Perfect, so I can get a description of the driver here.
Asian male wearing all red baseball cap, red t-shirt. Hoodie.
I think they're all behind us.
They are?
Yeah, if you
Where?
were here. I would go. I don't.
No, I'm trying to drive.
Yep, I know you are.
You think they're north of us?
I do.
Okay, let me
First
know.
to copy, 46 4th Street East of
Which
Minnesota
way?
building for shots
Left, right?
fired. One shot heard
I
3
go
minutes
left.
ago. Call also
I'm sorry,
started
right.
with 2 males screaming at each other.
536, we'll start for that.
GPS is not moving.
Copy their contact.
I like to go.
Alright, I'm shut down.
Yeah.
Right, that's 50. CDF short here. Sunglasses on.
Affirmative.
Second there. I'll be out with him.
It's showing
Like
right
there.
now. Downtown St. Paul.
Yeah, our GPS isn't working.
That's
So
the problem.
instead you got to go to the big map. Hold on.
Are you out with the vehicle? How many drivers in custody?
In case someone come to my location, you can take this journey.
Jesse Frost Arcade.
365 will be right there.
Is that them?
332, you roll medic here. He's complaining he's got a heart condition.
Clayton Clarence.
4232. I'm a 388. Passengers in custody.
I think our guys are pretty.
Simple 827, is there somebody with the vehicle yet?
All right. Well, we apologize for the fact that we are Keystone cops here and have no clue where the rest of our guys went.
332, you can K910. The rest location.
We're gonna.
Right over by Lakeville.
Okay, so keep going. So this is part of the problem with in these things is the communication gets bundled up and everybody relies on their GPS instead of just good English communication about where they are. And so but it sounds like they got the driver and the passenger into custody.
2261, the same call. Have K9 do they need one?
And Director Leiden is going to direct us into where they are.
Well, we're gonna give it a try.
Check there once, Grandma. I'll get a dog car that way.
So Clarence and
We want to go.
Blowing because you guys have keys on.
Carpenter.
Sure does.
Yeah.
this is Clarence here.
Car's secure up here.
That's one little.
Okay, I'll have somebody run the keys so if you want them.
I'm gonna pull over here.
Yeah, we'll do a inventory of this thing.
We're by Hoyt. Idaho.
602. We'll get again in a row.
There's Carpenter. We're heading towards. By
341, the car's behind us. We're on the street. Cannon wants to meet us here with the vehicle. We can start the search from here.
Where's 336?
6 is that Idaho.
Okay, well, here's that. There they are. Oof, no. Oh, there in the alley.
So they're just searching for an item now? Article? Right, they got him in custody?
They got the two in custody, and now I think they're just searching for articles. In other words, guns, dope, whatever they may have dropped.
635, we were off that arc search.
I'm gonna go around.
Coming behind guns?
Yeah, and see if our guys are back in there. I think they were. So,
4232. If I'm not ready, you assign his hand.
That's the problem when you don't know the entire county in the back of your hand. You gotta rely on the map.
yeah, and that's all contingent on your. Is our guys done? Looks like I'll St. Paul.
Yep, St. Paul.
Don't get stuck back in there.
And our guys that probably are chased the guy, and they're down here by Hoyt.
Okay, so we should take a right. We have to go around. Right.
7.
This guy's looking for his buddies.
Maybe we'll get a call here shortly.
So the two occupants of the vehicle ran, and our deputies were able to get them in custody. And
Copy. That was 94 and 52. direction.
Thank you, eastbound.
Oh, he's dead.
Copy.
So, I'm gonna park here. Holy crap. I'm gonna reset our GPS.
You gonna fix that?
Yeah. So I'm trying to fix our GPS because we were relying on it and it didn't work. So hopefully we can get that fixed.
Roseville squads, we've got a couple of pendings, maximum property damage, going to go see Charlie West and Walnut, as well as a fraud at 2501 Fairview for a suspect trying to open a checking account with a fake ID. Info 1522. How would you know? Upper level on Mars. Copy. Hyper. The argument is over. There was a log boom coming from the Burrill Island area. They think it's construction. I'll go check it out.
Write a ticket, but he'll call your dad, and he'll stream it live with zero pizzazz. He's the blunder sheriff, monotone Mike says you're on a bad link. When we call out the light, we hijack the show and bingo the screen while he's chasing squirrels in a cop daydream. You're on a bad link. When we call out the light, we hijack the show and bingo the screen while he's chasing squirrels in a cop daydream.
Alright, sorry for the delay, folks. We're it looks like our GPS is working again.
Better late than never.
Yep. So we're still unsure as to exactly why they were first focusing on this car, although The individuals are familiar to us from past stuff, but the vehicle fled when St. Paul tried to stop it, and then sideswiped the St. Paul squad as they were coming up to assist, and then our deputies assisted in tracking it into the county.
Went up into the county, and then circled around, came back down into St. Paul.
And then we were trying to set it like a decoy where we were driving around in circles to try to distract them, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it's only distracted us. But fortunately, the CAT team was in the area, and when they heard where he bailed, they immediately took perimeter locations, and the suspect ran across the street in front of Sergeant Segelstrom, who was able to apprehend him and turn him over to St. Paul.
Correct. And apparently the suspect they did not use any force on him, but he apparently was out of breath and
claimed to have ingested.
Claimed to have ingested
narcotics. I'm sorry, claimed to have a heart problem.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. Well, anyway, so they're having him checked out just in case. I know when the cops chase me and I get caught, I always have a heart problem.
Well, when you run hard, you're going to be out of breath.
So anyway, sorry we kind of had a little bit of a delay there.
What was really good to hear is the coordination between St. Paul, Ramsey County, as it went into the county, came out of the county. There was good coordination, good communication. The Ramsey County Patrol guys did a great job of not losing it and being able to see it was coming back into St. Paul, where their officers and our CAT team was able to maintain and engage and then take them into custody. It's that coordination when you get agencies working together, the outcome usually is much more productive.
Yes, so it worked out. If you're a bad guy and you're going to flee from the police, you don't want to do it in Ramsey County. We did some great work there. I went up and talked to the St. Paul officers there and said, hey, do you have what you need from us? And of course I got a smart aleck answer, which I was kind of expecting. And
that's because we get along good. We joke with each other all the time. It's not some stiff formal relationship. It's great. A week ago, we had one of our guys chasing a car thief who had bailed from the car, and we couldn't reach him on the radio. So we got his vehicle, we got the bad guy's vehicle, and nobody in sight, and he's not answering the radio. Within seconds, we had probably a dozen St. Paul officers respond immediately there, help us search, and we end up seeing him coming out of the alley with the bad guy in handcuffs, and his radio mic connection had disengaged. And he's calling on the radio trying to answer us, not realizing he's not transmitting and we can't hear him. So fortunately he's safe, but that's the camaraderie that you've got in law enforcement. Is it doesn't matter what agency you're with. If somebody needs help and a copper is asking for help, you're going to go help them.
Correct. Yeah, that's a good example of the work that we do together to support each other. I know that was funny. A couple weeks ago when I was out on a Friday. Excuse me. I think I'm allergic to my new truck.
It's either that or maybe when you saw the Pope last week, you caught what he has.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah. At Easter Mass.
Did you have a good Easter?
Yeah, it was good. We actually, my family, we went to brunch, my immediate family, and which was nice, and it was pretty relaxing because I hadn't been feeling well all week. We kind of relaxed a little more. Usually people would be coming over, but
777 going to rig down the region.
You've got a large family on your wife's side, I know.
Oh yeah, a lot of kids, enough kids to have their own football team.
That's a big family.
I'm thinking there's some kind of enforcement thing going on here today.
I'm thinking.
Are we being left out?
I just hope if we're getting included, I hope it's because they want to help, not pulling us over.
Anyway, I was saying a couple weeks ago, I'm out on a Friday night and I see St. Paul's got a car stop. Well, I'll always stop and make sure, especially at night, that they're okay.
Yeah.
So I did that to the officers quick. Then a few minutes later, the same squad's got another car stopped. It was all down here on White Bear, and so I rolled up behind, and the third time they stopped a car and I pulled up behind them. They were like, "Are you following us?" I said, "Well, kinda." Why did he not see that we were cops before he made that turn without a signal? I mean, he looked right over at us. Is he going to BP or going to Pappy's?
I think he's going to keep on going.
Down Maryland. No, BP.
Message.
He found his turn signal though there. So. Did you get the plate?
They got it.
Oh, let's get down quick.
Straight up.
There's report. Do we have any contact info for owner for this?
Chasing squirrels in a cop daydream. He's Wonder Sheriff, foggy fine. If you're on a moped, he'll throw a fit about that. Talking so slow, the squirrels fall asleep, and the crime rate drops. Just the raw counting sheep. On the nicest day, he'll tell you to get inside. 'Cause 15 underwater camera mode.
Jeez. He wants to start at level whatever, you know.
People just need to be like, he's obviously was agitated the way he was driving before we stopped him. He did a good job calming him down.
Well, I tried to tell him several times, just take a deep breath. But some people just...
Takes a while for him to get.
Yeah. Oh, well. Some people's children. Oh, shit. Did that wrong. See if I can do it this way.
Put one of those other myself out.
I told him, I said, hey, all he did was not signal turn. It's not that big a deal.
New message.
Well, tickets don't seem to get attention. Maybe a warning roll.
Jesus.
You got enough screen on there?
I don't know. The computer's running out of memory. I asked him, how's your driving record going to look? Oh, it's fine. It's good.
Incident assigned.
The answer to that is, not so much. Told the Jeep, somebody said.
Your incident has been updated.
Oops. Oh, we did have him. Okay, all right. Well, his license is valid now. He cleared up the problems he had in February, it looks like. And that was his mom, which he said he's buying the car from her. So he's telling the truth about all that stuff. He's just gonna take a chill pill.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go up there and tell him to be careful. Thanks. Sit.
Or somebody with a big board.
See, all's well that ends well. He's very happy he wasn't given a ticket. He just got his stuff cleared up. Oh, I gotta figure that out. There's no reason. Look. Irish people.
So when I put my stuff out on that, I can see it from here.
Oh, you
Usually
can?
access for it.
Oh.
You got to clear you out if you're me.
Oh, okay.
It was being finicky.
I didn't realize we were on separately.
I thought I put us up together, but I don't think we're on the CAD together.
You don't want to be associated with me?
Well, I wasn't going to be that blunt, but I'm glad.
You did, I thought, you know.
Oh, another beautiful afternoon. Busy.
It is nice out. It is busy out. So, we really haven't introduced ourselves today.
It started out kind of busy, didn't it?
Yeah, you were watching Live on Patrol in Ramsey County, Minnesota. And you were riding in a car with Under Sheriff Mike Martin, that's me, and Director Steve Biden, that's him. You can't see me pointing, but I'm pointing out. And we, for the last, 4 years? Almost 5, have been live streaming patrols. It started with Sheriff Fletcher, and then grew to his old partner, Pat Scott, and Bob, and then I joined, and then others have joined over time. And generally, I've been doing Monday afternoons, but we're now talking about maybe moving our times to later and on a different day, just because we don't get usually this much stuff going on. And today it's Tuesday, so maybe Tuesday's better. But we're gonna probably start going later in the evening. And we try to educate people as to what we do in law enforcement, how we make decisions, and let people just see that we're normal people, which unfortunately you got to see on our first call of the day, where we kind of got lost and weren't exactly sure because we relied too much on our GPS and it was off. It wasn't properly set. So we are in the east side of, excuse me, the city of St. Paul in Minnesota here, and St. Paul has their own police department, and as the county sheriffs, we also patrol in St. Paul and a number of other suburban agencies, which we gave you a tour of earlier, some of them. And what else? St. Paul has 3 channels that they communicate on in their 3 different districts, and public's being asked to avoid Southdale as officers deploy an incident. Oh, Fairview, Southdale. The hospital. I don't like hospitals anyway. So, but hopefully everyone there is safe. But St. Paul has those 3 channels in their West District, Central, and East District. We have 3 channels in the western part of the county, Central County, and East. And then, what did I say?
Central and East.
West, Central, and East. Okay. I think I said West. I think you were.
I've been doing that before.
So we're, anyway, we monitor a bunch of channels so that we can respond to anything that may be of interest to you. And we appreciate your watching us. I don't know what's going on, if it's the reflection that's keeping it from focusing. We'll have to wait till we get up behind.
We'll try to get that focusing taken care of here.
Facebook looks like it's been out drinking all day. Hopefully it'll get better here in a second. Trying to turn off the autofocus. I think it's the glare off of the windshield screwing it up.
Okay.
There we go. That worked.
You are a tech wizard, though.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh,
there's not a 12-year-old that could outdo you.
Yeah.
Is this Walgreens closed?
Yeah, they closed it. I know.
Dead ends. We're page dead ends 52 there.
So we are westbound on Maryland Avenue. We're at Clarence, right by the Cub Foods and Dairy Queen.
7LG, back to route. Let's go.
Look at that homeless shelter in there. Now that all of the leaves are gone, I don't know, they must have trimmed back, because I don't remember seeing it. I knew there was a homeless shelter in there. But
another couple of months, you won't see it.
No. Right now, my dashboard says it's 74 degrees here.
I believe it.
It's almost, yeah, it's a little warm. You want me to
A little air would be
cool her
nice.
down a little?
I'd roll the window down, but they wouldn't be able to hear us then. And this is the best time of year to have your window down, drive in the fresh air.
Yeah, but it creates that windy sound. It's nice to be able to hear when you're.
It does help your reaction time. Or somebody yelling on the side. Patrolling with the windows open is
and it better.
Yeah,
is coming from. So we are still westbound on Maryland Avenue at Earl Street. It's 3:53 here Central Time. Tonight we have Timberwolves. We have Twins. Twins, I think, are at 6:30. Timberwolves are late, like 10 versus LA. The Wild are on at like 9 because they're out on the West Coast.
Where are you?
It's gonna be a late sports night tonight.
the Triple Crown of Minnesota sports.
Yeah, we don't include the Vikings in that, right?
The what?
The Vikings?
Who?
Exactly. I don't know. The NFL draft, I think,
Coming up.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I should know the answer to that. My one son, Tyler, is actually going there to Green Bay for the NFL draft with his buddy Willie.
They're expecting 240,000 people to show up in the little town of Green Bay.
It's crazy, and I've been to Green Bay. I've spent a little time there, including right around Lambeau Field, and it's a fun place to go, but I can't imagine that many people being there.
Last year in Detroit, it was a record-setting 700,000+ people were there.
It's crazy.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I mean, I know when the visiting team goes to play at Lambeau Field, they hotel in Appleton because there's not enough accommodations in Green Bay.
Yeah, I believe it. I forgot to give a shout out that I was going to give today to Sergeant Joe McKinney. On the front, was on the front desk today, holding down the fort, and I talked to him for a little while. He said he was doing well. He's had some health issues, and it's always good to see him. One of the friendliest, I guess. Well, you know, Jim Moody's the friendliest. What would we call Joe?
The best greeter in the world. Friendliest?
Definitely the best greeter. What's this trooper doing? Oh, there's an accident? Maybe?
Squad accident that they're right?
Oh. Is this our guy?
No, our guy's up
a little further north.
Yeah, it was a white pickup truck.
Copy.
What is that, our guy? This is our guy.
I think it is our guy.
Yeah. No, this is yeah. I also want to throw a shout out to Richard Ellis. He is our ombudsman in the jail. Richard had surgery on his foot, and he's recovering well. Richard, we're thinking of you, miss you. Keep up the good work on the recovery, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. He and Joe are like the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
They're at the front desk. You couldn't ask for a better warming committee.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're great guys. I would definitely, I think maybe the guy you'd most like to have a beer with would be Joe McKinney. What do you think?
Well, Joe and I have shared a cigar now and then together, and I'm not a beer drinker, but boy, yeah, I can't argue with it. And I think Joe is a Scotch guy, if I remember right.
Oh, all right.
Good guy. He got injured once when he was working in the jail. I went to the hospital to check on him, see how he was doing. We found out we both have a great admiration and respect for a well-rolled cigar.
Yeah, he's a good guy. And, well, snappiest dresser.
Yeah.
For sure, snappiest dresser.
Well, I'm going to put him tied with Daryl.
Ooh, Daryl, yeah. Well, Daryl's got it in him, but Joe's got it in him every day.
Every day he's dress sharp. He is a dress sharper.
Yeah.
A sharp dresser, I mean.
Dress sharper. That too.
That's what they tell me. Dress sharper, Leiden. Dress sharper. Look like you got a wrinkled up gunny sack on.
Well, we're going to cross the bridge of no return, and go into the Central District.
Interesting that people at the corners with the signs for help today all seem to be in their early 20s, late teens. It's a couple.
Yeah, it's the demographics are changing on the people working those corners. I noticed it up by my house over the weekend. There was an intersection where generally it's one homeless looking guy with a sign, or a Latino lady that sells fruit, different types of fruit on the corner. But then this weekend it was a bunch of pretty tough looking, like 30-year-old white guys.
Copy this, but this is Nebraska and a Rhone olive color, so that there's a couple people, lean back in the vehicle. I don't know what they're doing, a gray stand with a tent tape.
I'm not sure if they just muscled those other people off the corner, but I didn't like the way they looked. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They look kind of mean, and I thought I might get aggressively solicited.
157, copy, thank you.
We started a war. We started a war. I'm with Joe on that, by the way.
Yeah, Joe. Mike agrees with you.
We might have to have a fashion show. Huh?
The latest. These guys could be on GQ cover at any time.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
they put me on Hobo cover.
Yeah, I mean, I always look like a guy that I'm wearing my tactical pants and my combat style boots, and then whatever happens to be hanging in the closet.
I tell my guys, I don't, in my role, I don't want to be standing out as the cop. You want to be able to sneak up on the bad guy and tap him on the shoulder and say, you're under arrest, rather than walk around the corner and he runs. I think the last time I was in foot chase was with you in North Minneapolis.
Oh, how'd that go?
When those guys rammed us. Well, in the long end, let's just face it, they both got caught. We chased them.
Of the law.
We chased them right into the perimeter guys.
I'm telling you, we held them long enough for those young guys to catch up.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
And clearly, our demonstration worked because they've done a tremendous job ever since.
Yes. This guy with his shiesty mask.
Yeah, I don't think he's looking to walk anyone across the street.
Nah.
It's hot out.
It's too hot for your face mask, buddy.
Mama's Pizza, greatest pizza. Oh my God.
I wish they had Eat In again.
I do too.
It's probably good for us that they don't.
Yeah, he's got a hot Dago sandwich that is to die for.
Oh. But then when we'd go in there at lunchtime and eat that, you're shot for the day.
Yeah. Not only that, but my shirt is shot. I'll spill sauce on it. You know, when you think about it, there are really great restaurants in St. Paul.
Oh, tremendous.
It's just,
apologize if you're getting a little rattle. We're on Rice Street, the topographical map of the city of St. Paul.
I'm sure it's on the list to be repaved soon.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's there. It's on the evolution chart. This is just before you get to cobblestone.
Yeah.
This is,
Which is starting to appear underneath.
yeah. So we're on Rice Street.
The church they burned down.
Ooh, I don't know. Well, where the
church.
steeple got hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw a guy on there on the news saying that he wants to save the steeple and start preaching again. I'm like,
see, I thought they condemned the building
was it?
after the fire. I don't know how
I
bad it
wouldn't
was.
think so. I don't know. We'll head over that. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the address was on Farrington. Let's look for a steeple.
Well, you know, we have shown a unique ability to find something without really knowing where it is. We're going to have to get you some cough drops.
Yeah. I'm actually, well, this is going to sound bad. I'm actually in recovery. But I'm still, my chest is clearing out the crap that's in there. So.
It's always good feeling to get better. I hate being sick.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate it. You're starting to get kids coming out and young adults interacting on
The Frogtown wreck.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Okay, so where was I on? Oh, I was at a meeting last week, and somebody referred to Conway as Conway wreck. And then he was pulling me over. Like, apparently you haven't seen the quality of my driving. I go around the block just to make sure they're safe on whatever they're stopping here. Anyway, but then the one person corrected the other and said, oh, it's not Conway Rec anymore. It's Conway Community Center.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it seems to me that like Conway Rec sounds much more friendly and neighborhood-ish. Hold on just a sec here. Hello?
5025. Ready.
I'm live right now. Bye. My lovely wife, Ann. We should put her on speaker. She'd love that.
Over 83.
Do you need a line of code 3 or
Sacrifice 4 times, maybe back them up.
Yeah.
Code 3 for
let's
now.
move around here.
Saying suggested central.
Back 'em up. This guy behind me is not too happy. I forget I'm not in the Tahoe anymore. So,
Doesn't have quite the turning radius, does it?
no. So,
Be a big deal up in Minneapolis, doing it twice. What a fall from the palace. Call it a bridge collapse legacy, but what he really crushed was community. Took his pension left the force, then circled back, double dipping with Bob in the Silverado track. He's the thunder they hired, but we know the truth. Blunder Sheriff Mike with the grudge against you. He's the blunder Sheriff, Froggy and Flat. If you're on a moped, he'll throw a fit about that. Talking so slow, the squirrels fall asleep, and the crime rate drops, cause they're all count sheep. On the nicest day, he'll tell you to go inside, goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and rants with a voice like glue and pulls up wide like he's driving a canoe. Gang unit vet with the typewriter soul. Busts graffiti like it's taking a toll. He won't write a ticket, but he'll call your dad, and he'll stream it live with zero pizzazz. He's the blonder sheriff, monotone mic says you're on a bad link. When we call out the light, we hijack the show and bingo the screen while he's chasing squirrels in a cop daydream. Be a big deal up in Minneapolis, doing it twice, wanna fall from the palace. Call it a bridge collapse legacy, but what he really crushed was community. Took his pension, left the force, then circled back, double dipping with Bob in the Silverado track. He's the thunder they hired, but we know the truth. Blunder Sheriff Mike with a grudge against you. He's the blunder sheriff, froggy and flat. If you're on a moped, he'll throw a fit about that. Talking so slow, the squirrels fall asleep, and the crime rate drops, cause they're all count sheep. Day, he'll tell you to go inside, goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and rants with a voice like glue and pulls up wide like he's driving a canoe. Gang unit vet with the typewriter soul. Busts graffiti like it's taking a toll. He won't write a ticket, but he'll call your dad, and he'll stream it live with zero pizzazz. He's the blonder sheriff, monotone mic says you're on a bad link. When we call out the light, we hijack the show and bingo the screen while he's chasing squirrels in a cop daydream.
Search to copy 447th Street East for an accident with injuries. 2 vehicles, call's been in for an hour. The driver just called back to state that their 16-year-old
So there's a
Go ahead.
Well, you can talk about this, and I'll talk after.
Okay. Just a regular traffic stop, but he's working what's called a TZD detail towards zero deaths. It's a state-funded grant that helps pay for enforcement to keep the roads safe, try to reduce deaths and serious injuries on Minnesota public roads.
Head northwest on Como Avenue toward Elfeld Street.
Alright, we're at it. Elfeld, does it want us to take a left on Elfeld? Hey, I'm live.
In 400 feet, turn left onto West Minnehaha. Head south on Elfeld Street toward Blair Avenue, then turn right onto Blair Avenue. Turn right onto Blair Avenue, then turn left onto North Farrington Street. Turn left onto North Farrington Street.
It's not that one.
No, not unless they build like a crazy man.
Well, you know, it is St. Paul. There's a church and a bar on
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, so it's
down by University.
All right.
So it's interesting. You get in the car after that traffic stop, and we've got live on patrol running on the CAD computer, And it's just a little odd to sit down and see yourself walking into a car that you just got into because there's a 7-second delay.
It is weird.
A lot of road construction going on. A lot of roads closed.
5522.
Yeah, we're gonna have to jog over here.
239.
You can change it to an AMA, clear it out of the
Steeple is gone. They've taken down.
Copy at 16.
Well, that's it.
Charger me, yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Thinking that's why
See.
they got the road closed.
That's why the road's closed.
Yeah.
And there's somebody guarding or resting outside. But yeah, the steeple. The top of
couple of bolts of lightning and one of them.
well, part of history. A little nervous. A lightning strike.
But
Yeah, I thought they would have lightning rods up there. I bet they will now.
Have what?
Lightning rod?
Oh yeah, you'd think so.
There's probably about 5 churches within the 6-block radius here.
Yeah.
I don't have school-age children anymore. I do have school-age grandchildren. So in Minnesota, would most schools get out the end of May, or they go into June nowadays? I don't know.
End of May mostly, I think, and some of the colleges get out even earlier.
Yeah, I do know that. Starting to get high school graduation party invitations in the mail now. I've got a niece, Angie, who has 2 daughters and a son, and then one daughter graduated already, and the second daughter's graduating this year. And I don't know if it's the water out of the well they live at, but Angie looks like she is just a sister of her 2 daughters.
Huh.
She just does not age.
Fountain of Youth.
Something. She is the daughter of Gina and my brother Mike. Gina. Our families grew up. 6th, 7th grade, we used to start.
Start to 193.
Actually, younger than that. My sister dated a young man, and his sister dated my brother.
Oh wow.
And at one point, my brother married Gina, and my sister married Jerry. And although Mike and Gina's marriage didn't last, my sister and Jerry have been married for decades. You know, you remember my much older sister?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Giving you an opportunity for more plugs there, Mike.
She's not older, and she's a great baker.
Yeah, she can bake. She can cook. Jerry's recovering well from his surgery. He had a portion of a lung removed a week or so ago from cancer. They got it all. He's recovering well.
That's great.
The guy is tough. This is his second bout with cancer, and he's worked it both times successfully and quick.
Wow.
2365.
I'm scared to fight cancer. This guy's whooped it twice.
Yeah.
Must be the Marine in him. Yeah.
Must be.
I shouldn't say used to be. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yeah.
If I said used to be, Sergeant Suki would be all over me.
Yeah. The good thing is he's probably busy working, so he's probably not listening.
Yeah. If I say something wrong, I'm guaranteeing he'll happen to be listening that time.
Or somebody will tell him.
You know, we just had that motorcycle go by. It reminded me, you got to start looking for motorcycles now. There was a bad accident on 7th and Lafayette last night. Motorcycle got down, wasn't wearing a helmet, head injury, unconscious.
Yeah, I heard about that last night.
Yeah, you got to look twice for bikes. You just have to assume they're there. And when you're riding bikes, for some reason, they don't the brain doesn't recognize that bike at the intersection, and people pull right out in front of you. It's a 100% defensive driving on a bike with drunks, with distracted drivers. Bad out there.
I trust her taste in desserts. The fudge was a huge hit, but what was the option at that time? Was chocolate cake?
Chocolate cake, fudge,
chocolate cake,
and the cookies. Chocolate cake. She makes a killer chocolate cake. It's homemade. My mom's recipe. It's phenomenal.
You ever go to a restaurant and it says homemade, like homemade soup?
Yeah.
And what did they make it in?
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't
be taking that a little literally.
It doesn't say like homemade or like my mom used to make.
Or homemade recipe.
Yeah.
Let's say homemade.
Homemade. Where was I the other day and I saw that and I was like, I don't know.
I really like chili. I enjoy a good bowl of chili. I don't like any hot stuff added to it. I always tell people, just make a really good chili and have the hot sauce on the side, and then people can make it as hot or as mild as they want.
Right.
But you have to have great flavor, chili powder, onions, kidney beans, good quality ground beef. And when I go to Tom Reed's and I had their chili, I had asked Tom, is this made from scratch from a recipe? Or is this in a can? And he kind of looked offended. And I said, the reason I'm asking is that it's almost as good a chili as my mom made. And if this came in a can, it's worth a fortune and I want to buy some. And he laughs, no, that's my home recipe.
It's always good there.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in a while because if I eat a bowl of chili there, then I'm shot for the afternoon.
Yeah, because I tend to eat the chili and then about half a loaf of the bread and about 4 cookies. And yeah, I go there with the best intent.
Yeah.
And it's just...
I'm just going to have the salad bar.
Yeah, just the salad bar. Well, gee, there's pudding here at the salad bar when my salad's done. There's cookies. And it's also good. It's also good.
The homemade chicken noodle soup is unbelievable. It's really good.
So we're working on getting healthier and bringing our weight down. So we've been bringing our lunch and eating in the office most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But we will venture out now and then.
So I see Michael Broderick, you said go to the 50s Grill in Brooklyn Center. Oh. I've been there. It's unbelievable. The food there is awesome. When I was with Minneapolis PD, one of our chaplains, the most senior, Father Hayes, would want to come and ride along. He was a Catholic priest, and he'd come ride along, and he always wanted to go to the 50s Grill for dinner.
Oh.
And if I remember right, they had really good baked goods too after your meal. been a while.
Where's it at?
Right by where the old Brookdale was.
Okay.
Right off of 100 and Xerxes.
Gotcha.
Or, well, Brooklyn Boulevard, I think, is what it turns into there. Great. It's like an old 50s. It's. I hate to say it's similar to Keys because it's a different vibe, but it's fun. It's a fun place to go.
I'll definitely try it out. I tell you, one of the places I get the craving for is Cowboy Jack's Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah.
They make a great Sloppy Joe, and I think they have a Sloppy Joe deal on Mondays. I have to get out there again.
They do have really good Sloppy Joes there.
I'm going to be meeting with a good friend of mine tomorrow, John Salisbury. John is
we have a correct interpreter?
retired owner of a stained glass window factory that he ran for decades and grew into a great business. And he's an avid collector of weapons, swords, and antiques. Yeah, he's just got a great guy. Has a little car condo with a little man cave built in there, and we smoke cigars there at night. Got an assortment of guys. Got a guy that's been working on a brewery. You got a guy that's retired executive with Ford Motor Company, who also owned a Havoc company. Got a guy retired semi-driver who's now a limo driver. And
sounds like a great group.
Yeah, businessman.
And you.
Making.
And you.
And me.
You're like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's quite
the cherry on the top.
It's quite a collage. One guy, John, he is he makes reader glasses.
Oh.
And he also makes a glass cleaner solution. And he makes a device for women to be able to use if they happen to need to have a call of nature and need to stand up, so we say.
Wow. Interesting.
Yep, and he's also making a special camper toilet paper that he's now packaging and shipping in.
Wow.
So he's
quite a
very diverse businessman.
Yeah.
And he's the one who shared with me that if you go into McDonald's and you order 13 of their cookies, you will get 13 freshly baked, right out of the oven, chocolate chip cookies for under $5 that are as good, if not better, may I dare say, than Sweet Martha's.
Oh, Sweet Martha's coming after you for saying that.
Yeah, you have to be careful at the fair. I might get a bucket of coal instead of cookies.
Well, folks, we are about to call it quits here. We're going to pull into the back of the LEC, and we will probably see you at later in the evening during one of the nights next week. And we really appreciate you watching us. Yeah, I think tomorrow there may be, the cat team may be out. So, just make sure you subscribe. So, thanks a lot, and have a good
demoted twice, what a fall from the palace. Called it a bridge collapse legacy, but what he really crushed was community. death there with Bob in the Silverado track. He's the funder they hired, but when we know the truth, Wonder Sheriff Mike with a grudge against youth. He's the blonder sheriff, foggy and flat. If you're on a bed, but don't fit about that. Talking so slow, the squirrels fall asleep, and the crime rate drops, cause they're all counting sheep. This day he'll tell you to get inside. Goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and raps with a voice like glue, and pulls up wide like he's driving a canoe. Gang unit back with a typewriter soul. Busts graffiti like he's taking a toll. He won't write a ticket but he'll call your dad, and he'll stream it live with zero pizzazz. He's the blonder sheriff, monotone Mike says you're on a bad link when we call up the light. We hijack the show and bingo the screen while he's chasing squirrels in a cop daydream. He's Wonder Sheriff, foggy and flat. If you're on a moped, he'll throw a fit about that. Talking so slow, the squirrels fall asleep, and the crime rate drops, cause they're all counting sheep. On the nicest day, he'll tell you to get inside. Goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and rats with a voice like glue, and the crime rate drops, cause they're all counting sheep. On the nicest day, he'll tell you to get inside. Goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and rats with a voice like glue, and the crime rate drops, cause they're all counting sheep. Crime rate drops, cause they're all counting sheep. On the nicest day, he'll tell you to get inside. Goes 15 under while his camera mount slides. Rattles and rats with a voice like glue, and pulls up wide like he's driving a canoe. Gang unit back with a typewriter soul. Busts graffiti like it's taking a toll. He won't write a ticket but he'll call your dad, and he'll stream it live with zero pizzazz. He's the blonder sheriff, monotone Mike.
Here's the thing. You never know what's around the corner.
Flame burger took a little spin, camera on dash, let the BOBAGANDA begin. No calls, no crimes, no real patrol, just snacks, some rants, and a campaign roll. Parked out front like this is the beat, while St. Paul's burning just down the street. Shout out girls, now they stayed at work. Bomb don't roll by when the truth might hurt. Talking about the board, talking about the mayor, talking like a cop, but you're still in hot air. They're just overawed, didn't stop no crime, didn't write no sound. Running this town on zero ground, just two dudes lost and looking proud. Saying assalamu alaikum out the blue, still no clue what they came to do. Yeah, they filled some streets, but they didn't cop nothing. This ain't a cop show, it's just fun. Over 21, the streets were tight. Dante's name still fresh in the fight. Philando's ghost in the county air, but Bob was more concerned with his own on air. Stopped by calls, but did no help. Just lurking with cameras like discount, yo. St. Paul lit, and they played pretend. Police in the vibe for a Facebook friend. Zoom in on snacks, zoom out on pain. Another excuse, another campaign. Drove around, didn't stop no crime, didn't roll shit down. Running those lights just to spin that sound. Two boy bros trying to act profound. Talking about Steve, talking about fear, but not doing a thing. Just shifting the gear, just shifting the gear. This ain't a cop show, it's just fun. This is just fun. This ain't a cop show, it's just fun. Yeah, we're just checking in on transparency. Reddit for transparency. And safety telecommunicators week. Well, let's grab a burger. Just drove around, round and round, never left town. Just drove around, be kind, rewind.
My car's on fire. You wanna get out?
Nope.